Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to 6 Ages 2, where today we're trying desperately not to starve to death. And I think that we gotta make some big moves, right? Food is low, our stockpile is less than a season's worth. And I think we're at the beginning of this. Have we taken an action in the Earth season yet? No, it's early Earth season. Okay. So we need to make some moves food-wise. I guess make some foods would be fine. So we have a couple of options here. Caravans can just make straight up trades for resources that we are short on. We have some goods now, and we're producing a fair amount of goods every year. So hopefully we can just do a run for goods for food to somebody. We also, of course, have the ability to... your clan has several sworn spirits. Do we? You can bargain with sworn spirits for their magic. Send out a party from the map screen to bring home more. Ripen brings in food in sea fire or earth spirits, or seasons. That'd be pretty cool. I would like to... Wait, what happened there? I clicked on it and it disappeared and then it unclicked. That's... It's weird that if that doesn't do anything, it's weird that it has any reaction at all when I click on it. Blue Jay gives us safe travel. Cheese gives us food yield from our herds, which we have a lot of. Earthworm gives us improved soil or improved crop yield. Again, probably good value. See, part of the problem here is I just everything's a little bit vague. Our food is too low, but I don't know how much food we have or how much food we eat. Your advisors will note when you won't produce as much food in a year as you'll eat. The food stockpile gives you a buffer against starvation. Yeah. So, we're told that we don't have enough food. Our food stockpile is less than a season. But despite the fact that we have all of these numbers down here, we don't have a number that represents our food, and we don't have a number that represents how much food we eat in a season. So while those numbers must exist, the game is keeping track of them, and that's how it's making decisions like this. This stuff is just not surfaced for us directly, which is weird. It's gonna make it a lot harder to make decisions. Let's try setting up a caravan. More trade routes will support a larger market. Convincing other clans to form one is easier if you have an Issaries worshipper on your clan ring. The ring is the set of advisors, and have exotic goods available. So establishing trade routes is sort of like a long-term goods value perspective, right? Or prospect. It brings in a certain amount of wealth every year. We are desperate. We need to buy food right now. So let's buy food and sell goods, I suppose. And we probably want to send this to somebody who's nearby and somebody who's friendly. So if we send it to somebody who is Glorantha, that'll be close enough that we'll probably get... I don't know if distance really matters. Intuitively it matters because you want them to come back quickly. But I don't know if the game actually works it like that, if travel time is calculated in. I'd also like to, preferably be trading with somebody who owes us a favor so we can maybe get more food than we deserve. I guess also it makes sense to probably send them to people who will have a lot of their own food. Known for their large herds and they owe us a favor, maybe that. Swords and bows. What's your deal? Who leads the trading caravan? Note that more than one skill may be relevant for the task. Well, I mean, probably this is a thing where we care a lot about bargaining and diplomacy, right? So, excellent, very good. Renowned, just normal good. I don't know. Bargaining probably matters more. We should probably be sorting by bargaining. Yeah, very good, good, very good. I like Ceridan. Very good, excellent diplomacy. You seem like the person. If we were to send a caravan to each rider clan, we'd be able to support more trading routes. Interesting. You can send a small, medium, or large caravan. Ah. Unfortunately, this is another case where, like, some numbers would be helpful. What is the difference? What does it matter? We just don't get to know. And that means that we're just, like, picking something. It's just, like, vibes based, which is not my favorite thing. Well, we need to bring back as much as we can. It's just, like, I'm assuming that caravan size probably sets the maximum, or at least caps the maximum amount of stuff you can bring back. But we don't know for sure what, like, the conversion looks like. So I don't know, like, a medium-sized caravan might be enough to bring back food enough to trade for all these goods, right? We just don't know. So I guess send the large one and let's hope for now. Our caravan is back from the Jade Colts. They're pleased to receive our first caravan to them in recent memory. They said that access to more horses was always a good thing and agreed to trade with us on a regular basis. And we made a small profit from this trip. So we got 6 goods from that. That was the trade caravan that we sent out, not the food, the trade route caravan, not the food thing that we just did. The people stare in mute terror as booming sounds roll across the valley and flashes of purulent, this word is very difficult for me to say, purulent, light fill the poison clouds. The phenomenon continues for 2 days and 1 night before finally subsiding. Shaken, the people seek answers from the ring. What was that? You know, that's a very good question. Nothing rallies support like a comparatively weak enemy. Yeah, sure, it could have been a hostile clan. We could tell them that. What is not a direct chaos threat is merely an indirect one. It might be Elmal spearing Teghern. I mean, sure, it could be. That answer is probably good for morale, at least. I smell honeymanes. Insecure men need to blame others, directly responding to Harvar. Who can say? This option is just Daryl saying who can say. Some people blame the honeymanes, but in fact they are our allies. That's weird then that they would be, I smell honeymanes would be a hostile clan performing a dead right, because, like, if they're our allies, in what sense are they a hostile clan? I kind of like this. I think if we tell the people that it was the Sky Gods kicking ass and taking names, this is gonna help restore hope. Fingers crossed. Here's hoping. People wanted to believe, and therefore did. Yep, that's usually how that works. Mood plus. Good, good, good. Okay, the food stockpile has increased to 1 season. It is still low, but we're not going to starve to death right now. Time to bring in the harvest and prepare for the cold. So this is a bad time to have a low food stockpile, though, huh? Let's definitely spend the other part of this season producing food in some way. And my thought here is magic. Okay, that just reviews what we did at Sacred Time. A variety of magical benefits are shown here if they can't be categorized into the other lists. Yeah, I would never have guessed that that was a selector. So in general, sacrificing valuables at worth at least 5 cows. So goods of value 5. Helps get the attention of the gods. Bigger sacrifice increases chance of success. This is another just like we're trading goods for food, basically. Just I need that milk blessing, please. And I think we're gonna go pretty hard on it. Our sacrifice was favorably received. Darana and her exploration party enter a grove twisted and battered by the forces of chaos. There they meet an enormous wolf, known as a guardian of this area since Baron's day. It does not speak, on account of it's a wolf, but regards the explorers with a plaintive expression. It will amply reward a wise approach, says Darana. And it probably likes music. A lot of things like music. Let us sing to it. Well, that seems bad. The wolf turned up its snout and slipped out of sight. Darana said that you couldn't always predict the reactions of magical beasts. Well, we tried. Alright, our herds are bountiful. Our pastures still have a magic bonus. We've done a good job of improving our food stockpile. Our crafters are going to make some goods. We will hopefully be able to actually use them for stuff. And so, what to turn our attention to now? How hard is it to build a shrine? Like, what is the limitation on building a shrine? Because it would seem that we would want to make like 1 billion additional shrines. Well, the limitation is the upkeep cost, right? Right. It might still make sense, though. Food is tough. So where was the... Is it Yurmal? One of these people had a blessing for our fields. But I've already forgotten which god is which. Okay, Dostal can improve our hunting. You're the foragers. You're the cattle. Well, sure shot's probably not a bad idea. What if we built... So 10 goods and 5 herds maintenance. Cost 50. What? 50 goods, I assume? Our caravan is back from the Grey Wings. The Grey Wing traders were pleased to receive the first caravan we sent their way since things had gotten so bad. We traded 78 cows worth of goods for less than 4 weeks worth of food. Well, it's something, I suppose. Clan nobles discover commoners of several families burying jars of grain in the wildlands. Investigation reveals that they removed them from the main storehouse. They admit to saving them for dire days to come. Y'all, okay, we all gotta work together to survive here. Rita says, no one did this in Baron's day. You have no idea if that's true or not. Violence injures the one who is struck and the one who strikes. I don't necessarily disagree. With Orlanth the king dead, people flout authority left and right. Without mercy, we are nothing. I mean, the grain is for all. For the most part, it seems like people are not interested in having them flogged. I'm a little torn between fining them and showing forgiveness. I mean, I certainly don't want to be inflicting more hardship on our people. And, like, punitive measures are rarely functional. You know, I live in the United States, maybe one of the countries in the world where you are most likely to go to jail for basically anything. And, you know, the prison system here is a nightmare. It is inhumane torture. That doesn't reduce the crime rate even one tiny little bit. Everybody knows. And still. So, yeah, let's try just showing forgiveness. The people fixed their anger on the clan. Man, mood down again. With starvation one bad harvest away, this is a crime we cannot encourage. This indignation was entirely in character for self-sure widemouths, Instarid said. Alright. we've done well on the food stockpile. It'll cover us for a little bit. It'll cover us for actually a pretty significant amount of time now. We're real short on goods, but now that we're no longer starving, here you will send your clan to war, both small herd raids and full-out raids. If you launch raids during sea or earth, your crops will suffer. Yeah, because we need bodies at home. There are so many wheel clans we should raid. My concern is that we maybe need to improve the number of soldiers we have. Insufficient warriors is a little bit scary. Two types of warriors, swords and bows. Bows are ordinary clan members called out to fight. They have light weapons and whatever training they can manage in their spare time. Swords are full-time warriors, armed with heavier weapons and armor, and are always available for spur-of-the-moment missions. Recruiting is an action which advances time is probably smart to do. New swords will need 3 cows worth of equipment, so we're running short on goods here for sure. Full-time elite warriors fight with a lance and sword. They require a horse and annual gifts worth 1 cow. Okay. Give parting gifts worth 1 cow. So right now we are at 8 swords. And we should be trying to pick up more. We don't know, like, what does insufficient warriors mean? Who can say? We don't want to train too many because we are pretty short on goods for the moment until the traders get around to, you know, fresh production. So, but we also don't want to recruit too few and find that we need to do it again because each recruit is an action that spends time. This would be +6, so it would use 18 of our 19 goods right up front, and then, you know, gifts and stuff. The fact that we don't have an indicator on this screen for how many horses we have does suck a little bit. I'm gonna do this. We were able to raise 6 warriors. Durana's party is back from the Dog Hills. You're not Durana. Okay, you can also build fortifications to supplement the hill fort. They can help you survive raids, or at least help you see the enemy coming. That's interesting. So... Season button advances time without performing any actions. Why would I want to do that? Okay, weather is unpredictable in early storm. Show me the map. Where's the button that says map? Yeah. Okay, so we made sense of the Dog Hills at least a little bit. We got some information filled in. I kind of want to send out another exploratory group. You can show the clan's divine magic and active spirit magic by clicking the rune toward the bottom of the menu. Magic is shown next to the most relevant screen, though it can affect other areas too. Oh. So many tiny little symbols. Okay. How do I make that disappear so I can click back over here? Ventures are large tasks that take a lot of coordinated effort. Perhaps we should be doing some ventures. Must have at least 4 weeks worth of food and our ancestral blessing, which we don't have, I guess, because we definitely have the food. Fletchery produces arrows. Foraging gathers food from the wildlands. Produce items using gemstones. Do we... Okay. It says start, so I assume it's available. Warriors patrol near where your herds gaze. So we probably don't need to be, like, super stressed about food right this second. We can let other clans know about our new map information. Conduct extra worship ceremonies in our temples and shrines. Our clan does love a feast. This might actually give us a lot of morale, and we've had a couple of mood drops. Everybody's worried. It does make me nervous. But I don't know if, like, we're not in a position where we need to focus solely on getting more food right now, I think. But I don't know if it's a good idea to eat a huge amount of it either. It is a thing that's, like, specifically good for our people, though, right? I'm kind of curious. Let's go ahead and do it. Insterid, are you the person to lead the feast? I have no idea. All your stats are, like, fine. Organizing a venture is an action which advances time, but most ventures run throughout the year. They do not interfere with harvesting, war, or anything else. For convenience, you learn about the results right away, even though the clan may continue to work for seasons. Insterid made sure there was abundant, if watery, ale, traditional tower cakes, and at least one helping of stuffed fowls. Our ancestors helped with the preparations. That's nice of them. The feast improved people's moods, but many remained discontented. Cowards! You grant hospitality to a delegation from the Holmafing clan, which holds you in relatively high esteem. Once our tribe was a true kingdom, ruled with wisdom and courage by King Baron and his heirs. After King Vinglunth died at the Battle of Screamhorn Vale, clans gradually stopped obeying royal decrees. Today, the Baronethelli are a kingdom in name only. Only by reasserting the sacred authority of yore can we unite and survive. We wish to rally the other Baron clans to the banner of King Iverlantho, and seek his blessing to do so. Yeah, the Holmafings are definitely not speaking for everyone here. I can see this being very unpopular. The people are not going to like this. When the Brews slew King Vinglunth, they also killed the willingness of other clans to follow us. I don't want to do this, I don't think. Radalda made this kingdom. Her shiftless sons and grandsons let it dwindle. Not actually advice, just kind of like grumbling. General grumbling. We should renew the kingdom, but trying is pointless until we make Iverlantho chieftain. Huh. I think I'm just going to discourage them. I don't think this is the right answer. Do you give them a gift? We don't really have a lot right now. I'm going to say no. Though clearly disappointed, they said they would respect our wishes. Iverlantho said that they would do better to respect his wishes. Our people are very healthy. That's rad. How are we doing on wealth? Okay, food stockpile is dwindling at the rate that you would imagine it is dwindling. So we have a feast going. We could run another thing. It's always worth exploring, but don't feel like you need to visit everywhere. I sort of do want to send out another expedition. Visiting all rider or charioteer clans in the valley will show your commitment to diplomacy. Okay, so these are one of these is wheel, one of these is rider, probably. Maybe. I mean, this symbol certainly looks like a wheel, right? The Delascarings don't race horses and wouldn't value them as a gift, except perhaps as food. My understanding is that you should not eat horse. It is not good fun to eat. Don't know that this is what we want to do. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm just like... I am very uncertain. So we could raid somebody. We're doing okay on food and stuff for the moment. Although I think we're approaching the dark season. Like, we're approaching the part of the year where food gets difficult. So maybe I'm... getting a little ahead of myself. All right, I think I am going to send out an exploration team. Give me, like, all the way out there. Just explore, take with you, yeah, some basic... I'm always just hitting send. I don't even know, like, what proportions make sense. I just assume the game has given us a reasonable value. Last year, 37 babies were born. We initiated 17 children as adults. The clan has 1 fewer person, 20 fewer head of cattle, and 8 fewer horses than last sacred time. We are sufficient in livestock and have enough horses. Our crafters produced fewer goods than we thought they would. Our annual market made a profit of 28 cows worth of goods. Maintaining our shrines and temples took 22 cows and 42 cows worth of goods. We host too few spirits. The priestesses were looking forward to drinking this year's milk, which would be creamy and plentiful. Cool. It's better to concentrate our magic in a few areas. Clan mood is reserved, but members of the clan ring are personally popular, which of course he's overjoyed about. Ring members represent their deities. We can conduct more diplomacy and horse pasture rituals because Rada worships Redalda. We should plan to build a shrine to the Cow Mother. We need a shrine to the... No, not the god you worship, actually. Leave a few points in reserve. This can help boost all sorts of magic during the year. I don't really want to do that. I think I want to commit pretty hard here. So... And then, like, some kind of food stuff is definitely going to be important. And I might... We didn't actually do much diplomacy during the last year. But probably I should start, right? Uh-oh, we could not afford to make the proper sacrifices to Eralda. Shrine has fallen into disrepair. So wait, what happened to the goods that were produced by the traders? Supposedly, the Honeymane clan, known for herding only horses, has been feuding with the Deliscaring clan. It may have started over slave taking. The Pure Horse clan claims they need slaves to do their farming. They've both killed a lot of their foes' warriors, so the conflict may drag on. The Honeymanes are fighting the Deliscarings. Okay. So it'd be super helpful to have, like, input-output numbers for food and for other resources too, but for food especially, right? Stockpile's down to 1 season, so it's time to prod it again. And yeah, I'm not sure why we only have 4 goods, because it seemed to me that we produced way more goods than we should have spent by now. It's not clear to me where it all went. So we don't have that much outgoing. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, sorry about the little jump cut there. A real world thing happened that I had to take care of. So, we're trying to stay fed, right? It's early season, time to prepare and sow the fields. We have plentiful milk still, bountiful herds, Barntar's shovel, which helps restore our pastures, the beaver totem, which increases the value of items gained in the Trap for Furs venture, might be worth considering. Elmal's battle standard, which aids battle leaders when they square off against enemy counterparts. And of course, the Horn of Vincot. Well, you own this treasure, and a true king serves as your chieftain. Any clan that ever belonged to Baron's kingdom will love and fear you. I don't know that you can... okay, made myself in a little bit of trouble here. Never mind. It's fine. Let's just move on. So, food. Food is always going to be a problem. It seems like if we are ever not actively devoting every resource to food, the food becomes a problem, like, immediately. So, we don't have much to trade anymore for, like, a quick burst of food. We're paying a lot of upkeep and stuff, I think, is why... I think part of what happened with our goods is that we're paying a lot of upkeeps. Although, again, there doesn't seem to be a, like a simple report for this, which you would want to have as a thing. So... we do just have to kind of guess a little bit. I guess for right now, we could do some sacrificing. We don't have goods to sacrifice, but we could do some sacrificing for food. I don't think we can really afford to build more temples. We could try to send out more, establish more trade routes, right? We have trading partners running. Each of these trade routes is, in theory, producing us a certain amount of value worth of goods annually. So maybe the thing to do is to continue trying to establish trade routes. The Oralmarth things have the most goods. What do we know about Oralmarth? They are Baroneth Telly. They don't particularly hate us. That's something. What if... Are you the right person for this job? Your bargaining is renowned. It would seem that you are perhaps the right person for this job. Alright, our crafters should make 71 cows worth of goods in the coming year. For some reason, that number changed. Okay, and we're generating our goods not like all at once, but over time. I think that's part of the problem I had, was that I was expecting that we would like receive a chunk of goods and then spend it, but the trickle in of goods is like over the whole year, which makes sense. So our food stockpile will hold us for this moment. I'm trying to like take this opportunity to do slower things that will help us more in the long run. But we do lose a chunk of goods at the beginning of the year. Like our income is gradual, payouts are in big chunks. So we have to think about that and maintain. Do we want to maybe work on, like right now it feels to me like we don't have the money to do, we don't have the goods to do a lot of the things that like get us immediate benefit, and we're not so desperate for food that we have to. So this being sort of like a moment where we don't have an obvious problem to solve, this is a moment to sow seeds of success for later. Which is to say, make friends with our neighbors. What if we send... The thing is, they're going to want us to... Yeah, they're going to want us to bring them a gift, right? I'm loath to give away herds, given, you know, the food situation. We kind of need all of the milk we can produce. I'm trying to figure out, like, what is a thing of value that has a relatively low cost for us to do? And I think the answer is there's just kind of not such a thing. Well, we need to manage our diplomatic situation. We need to make more friends. Already forgotten. I was looking at like Castwalting, Tharling, just like the people who are close to us, right? Known for giving up on kings when Glorantha died. What do we know about Undaling? So what is the end? Is it on all of the nearby? And it's on the Honeymane as well. It's not on... Olympra is probably the name of that river, right? Okay, it's not on the Sorending. What is different about the Sorending? They're known for their strong magic. Let's arbitrarily... Let's send an emissary over there. We will bring them... I'm a little leery of depleting our goods stockpile too much, but what if we did like... I really still have no idea what good numbers are here. 10 herds feels like a lot, right? Like if you think about how many cattle are in 10 herds of cattle. And you're good at diplomacy? You are renowned for your diplomacy. Pretty good at bargaining as well. Yeah, alright. A punishing rainstorm, mood down, lashes your home Baronstead. Weeks of rainfall have turned the world to mud. When the rain hits the skin, it burns until wiped off. You thought your people had grown inured to the hardships of your darkening world, but now they sink to new depths of despair. This is how the world dies, says Nihilesta. Not with fire, not with earthquakes, but drowned like a rat. Rats are extremely good swimmers, actually. Rita's just like, yeah, keep bearing through feasts. I don't know what's up with this, but like, we could feast about it. The people must know we understand the gravity of the crisis. For the moment, my strategy has been like, let's all just party. The world is doomed, we must face this bravely would be something of an about face on that public relations message. Orlanth once had a rain god in his tribe named Heller. I wonder what happened to that guy. Elmal, the guarding sun, might protect kites against rain. I have to imagine Defy the Rain of the Kite Flying Contest is going to be a real, that's going to be a real bummer of an outcome because, like, the kites are going to get melted, right? This is acidic rain of some type. Until crops start thriving again, feasting is wasteful and stupid. What would our ancestors think of that opinion, Nihilesta? Our fire ancestors held archery contests to improve morale. When we recognized Orlanth, we switched to kite flying. The thing is, our ancestors love a feast. How much food do you expend? Well, isn't the answer always neither too much nor too little? Also, 1 and 2 might be describing the same amount of food if a generous amount is the amount that is neither too much nor too little for the circumstances, right? Let's say the middle one, because we do, like, you know, we don't actually have like a ton of food laying around. We hoped, come on, no mood plus even. We hoped that with full bellies people would feel better about the rain. Instead, they worried that the rain too easily expended our dwindling food supply. Insterid said they had a point. Feasting might have helped in the old days, but now it caused as much worry as joy. Well, damn it. I feel like that was kind of a damned if we do, damned if we don't. And also, I had to say, from a UI design perspective, it's a little baffling to me that, like, mood and food effects happen in, like, the right 40% of the screen and move rightward away from the text that you will be looking at. Like, part of the UI is drawing your eye this way, and then you also just have to notice things that are happening over here. It's a bizarre design. Meniski has won support among clan elders to dismantle your temples to dead gods. We still make offerings to Arnalda and Orlanth, but get nothing in return because they are dead. It's time to face the facts and save our wealth for the living, gods and people both. Intigarn leads the opposition to this idea. But when the sleeping gods wake, they will remember which clans honored them when they needed it the most. Tearing down their holy places would be an act of gross impiety. Currently, the clan maintains a great temple to Arnalda and a temple to Orlanth. I feel like we should keep the temple to Arnalda. I think Intigarn's onto something here. If, like, the end of the Chaos Age is the rebirth of some of the gods or whatever, they're gonna have feelings, right? Let's go ahead and dismantle the temple to Orlanth. But we will keep the temple to Arnalda, even though it is huge and eating resources, because we care very much about Arnalda. The decision proved unpopular. The absence of the temple left a big hole. Yeah, but we need the resources. Our caravan is back from the Oralmarthings. The Oralmarth traders were pleased to receive the first caravan we'd sent their way in recent memory, happy to get access to a wider range of trade goods, and agreed on regular caravans. Great. And also, small profit from the trip is awesome. Your emissary, Brandgore, nears the Sorending settlement. He brought the stuff we sent. So when we say 10 herds, what it means is 10 cows. We don't know these people particularly well. I do not think that this is an alliance moment. I think this is a give gifts sort of moment. The Sorendings more than once praised the gifts we presented to them. I believe we can now consider Kurash, their chief, to be friendly. Before we left, they passed on stories about the raccoon people who live somewhere north of us in the Aryella Valley. Interesting. Your clan is suffering stress in one or more areas. Stress typically makes actions in that area harder until it ends. See the menu for all stresses affecting your clan and advice in the corresponding areas for how to deal with the problem. Okay, so right now we're having a crop stress. Okay, well, I mean, that's not good, obviously. Clan mood is reserved. We still have... We produced as much food as we ate, it seems like. Fair weather and ripening grain allows for raiding. Yeah, we don't have as much farming to do this season. What other ventures do we have available? Other clans would be interested to hear about the Wolf of Dog Hills. Oh, that's true. We did run into that weird wolf there. Let's share what we learned by exploring. Yeah, okay. You know what, Rita, you've convinced me. What are your... You see you have excellent diplomacy. Is that why you're the default for this? I think actually I'm cool with that. Let's do that. Let's spread some information. We visited a number of clans in the valley over many weeks. They were fascinated by our tales of exploring. They were particularly impressed by the Wolf of Dog Hills, which is actually pretty much the only story we had. Uh-oh. I've visited all our cultivated land and I'm starting to get worried. We've been growing blood millet and rye on it for about 5 years now, and it's starting to show signs of exhaustion. The last land rotation was before Glorantha was crowned king. We could probably wait a year, but we need to prepare new fields. At least we can rotate some of our pasture land. Okay, prepare new fields. Is prepare new fields a venture, or it's something we do in one of the other screens, right? We can convert pastures to fields in this screen. Maybe we don't have an action that is just prepare new fields. I remember, like, I have a vague memory of the tutorial, right? Where we did something. But yeah, maybe it is just a matter of undertaking the venture of converting the pastures into those are the new fields we're preparing, right? I'm also just looking at like all of the magic that is available to us here. So our shrine to Uralda has fallen into disrepair, right? Because we didn't have the resources to upkeep it at the beginning of the year, I think. So can I specify, like... Okay, the checkboxes let you switch the shrine's active blessing. So when we built the shrine earlier and it had the calf blessing filled in, I didn't realize that was switchable. I was just like, oh, darn, we didn't get the blessing I wanted. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, Miniski. I think that's a very important. So we're going to rebuild that shrine. Ooh, mood up and herds up. Emissaries of the Jade Colts, a rider clan, come to bring you a herd of pigs. The god you both worship, Elmal, the guardian sun, commanded them to gift you in repayment of a boon he granted them. Elmal says that our leader, Instarid, should take heart and may yet make her mark by remaining steadfast. Reda, one of your Redalda devotees, has spent much time riding with them, telling them of Instarid's recent travels. So tell the people that Instarid made this happen. What is the this in that sentence? The travels, or... I'm inclined to go with Instarid, especially since it is specifically Instarid who is like saying, hey, don't give me all the credit. Tell the people that the ring working together made this happen. Feels like both the best way for them, for the Jade Colts to sort of like gain respect for us, and also I think it'll make everybody happy. Get out of the way as your noble families distribute the pigs. No. Tell the people that the ring made this happen. The people agreed that this was fitting. Cool. Mood up. Our mood is not always great. Okay. Had to let most of our temples fall into disrepair. I'm rebuilding. I'm working on it. So the milk blessing, please. Uncheck the current one first. Okay. Yeah. So this is the symbol for a normal shrine. This is the symbol for a grand shrine. So right now, Elmal, we have the shield blessing. But we're not really getting into a lot of fights, so I wonder if we could swap that to Horse Friend. And here we have Sure Shot. I think I want to keep it on Sure Shot. I think we're just like food. Food is always stressful, right? The thing about the shield blessing is you never know you're going to need it, right? It's just like the moment that you need it is too late to switch to it. So maybe we take it easy on that. I'll just leave that as it is. So at this point, 2 clans like us, 1 hates us, 1 mocks us, 0 fear us. That's fair. We don't have shit for armies, and we're really mostly into talking. The Bright Eyes hate us the most. Well, they're quite far away, so that's, you know, that could be worse. So it seems like exploring and bringing people the information about the explorations is a pretty good way to get some free relations. But I don't know if I want to send out another exploration party while Dorana's still out, because we only have so many soldiers, right? Although this is a time when like we don't need people to be working the fields, so maybe this is exactly the time to do a thing like that. Yeah, I kind of wanna see what is beyond Aryesh Tev, especially after hearing the story we just heard. Is Harvar's a great bargainer. I don't know that I do want him out there at the front of this group. Somebody who's good at combat and leadership. Like, I don't know that combat's gonna be relevant, but it might be relevant. Magic could be relevant too. Maybe magic is more likely to be relevant. Here's the thing, I don't have any idea. It's all guesswork. Do we have anybody who's like pretty good at magic who's more than just good at leadership? It looks to me like, well, Instarid is. Pelakara, actually, you might make a good expedition leader. Know some things about magic in case we encounter some magic stuff. Very good at leadership. Good at diplomacy in case we got to talk to somebody. Reasonable at... I don't know if this is like personal combat skill or if this is like as a strategy, like a combat leader. But I'm calling you. It is your job. Go and search north of Aryesh Tev. See if you can't find some weird shit that we can tell people about. Time to bring in the harvest and prepare for the cold. So the fields are going to be productive in theory, although crop stress. It does seem like we need to do this, right? I know you are, Rita. We're working. It's cool. Don't worry. Your leadership is only good. But this is a food task, so we want somebody who's good at food. I don't know how much other stuff actually matters. I mean, again, like anybody who is leading a task, you want them to have leadership skill, right? I don't know. You're probably good enough there, friend. Go and convert some pastures to fields. Tendalore led the clan in the tedious work of removing slime from some of our pasture land. Then it was a much easier task to consecrate the newly cleared fields in memory of Pella and Arnalda. The old fields became grazing land for our horses. We could have waited longer, but like, why wait, right? Dresta, a powerful shaman of your clan, says that it's an auspicious time to contact the spirit world. I can gain a significant gift of magic and increase our chances of dealing successfully with spirits for years to come. But there is a chance this will make it harder for us to successfully bargain with the gods. Your people greatly regard Dresta and regard her proposal favorably. We are still managing people's mood. For someone outside the ring, she has attained a troubling popularity. The members of the ring are concerned about their seats. Both the storm and firesides of our lineage learn to deal with spirits. Do not put a shadow between us and Elmal the Sun. Yeah, several members of the ring are concerned. Isharis is dead, and we cannot bargain with him in any case, so I lean toward making spirit bargaining easier. He's really got that one concern. The earth already whimpers, do not make it weep. She is right on the importance of kingship, and so doubtless right on this as well. There's a chance this will make it harder for us to successfully bargain with the gods. It may not even have that outcome. Agree if she agrees the claims of the king should not be pressed. I'm a little unsure even, like, my grasp of the political situation around the kingship and the reuniting of the tribe is pretty murky. So I don't know if I even care about this. I'm just gonna agree. I'm trusting, people respect Dresta. Let's see. Let's find out. Mood up, magic +6. Wow. Dresta joined with your other shamans to perform a successful rite, swelling Baronstead with positive magic. The feared loss of connection to the gods didn't even happen. It was all upside. Wonderful news. So what is magic 6? That's a very vague way to describe magic. What do the rituals do? Rituals are powerful magical rites where questers reenact mighty deeds from the Empire and the Gods' War. Rituals can bring the clan dramatic benefits, but have great risks if something goes wrong. To succeed, the ritualist should follow the deeds of the gods, so review the appropriate story at the lore screen before you begin. The Gods' War is not static, so the stories you know may not be a perfect guide for your ritual. Huh. This ritual separates the living from the dead, helps us fight, keeps undead at bay, or strengthens the quester. This ritual inspires our women to take up arms or strengthens the quester. This ritual can enable river crossings, but there are no wild rivers. We don't need to do such a thing. I don't know that it makes sense to do any of this. We didn't earmark clan magic to rituals during sacred times, so we should make a larger sacrifice now. Although we do have some loose magic, right? So if we were going to sacrifice to somebody, it would probably still want it to be food related. Winters are harsh. It is the dark season. So, like, Iralda, probably, right? Although we have our milk blessing already, we'd be going for the calf blessing in that case. Or reducing the effects of overgrazing, perhaps? Why is that not available? It's not even visible on this screen. That's interesting. Not sure. So we could do some of that. We're building up some goods. We could send out caravans for trade again as well. Although we're probably a little thin on warriors, right? Well, we have 8 swords left. maybe not so much. There are so many wheel clans we should raid. Let's fuck them up. I suppose that's the thing, right? We could go raid somebody and steal their shit. Let's start with the Kuranderi. So, hold on. Raiding during cold season is risky. You want to raid the Chav Ashday. Everybody hates the wheel clans. The Jade Colts are not being raided. We like the Jade Colts. We are friends of the Jade Colts. Also the Honeymanes. What is wrong with you people? Just the degree of bloodthirst. I'm uncomfortable. We're talkers. I think I want to do something to aid the to aid our food. I'm a little too concerned about the food. So maybe let's do a little trade. Maybe let's work a little bit of trade. We could go to 7 stars have the most goods. I want to do a little bit of goods for food stuff. I don't want to trade like all of our goods. And I'd like to go someplace, yeah, someplace where we are liked, and also they probably have food. So let us sell goods to buy food. Large caravan, fully. Just take, you know, it's a dangerous time. Take a couple extra hands, just in case. Harvar's our bargaining expert, right? Yeah. Very good diplomacy, renowned bargaining. We need to do more to make sure our people are fed. Unfortunately, our food supply is still poor. I am working on it. And I predict the clan will produce less than we eat during the next year. The gods that still live can help us. We could ask for Inila's Rutal blessing. I'm trying really hard. When Pelakara and your exploration party travel to the small crater, they discover that a chaos shrine has grown up from it. The dread face of Wakboth surveys the wilderness, its mouth gaping as if to devour the world. The mere sight of it chills the blood and frightens the horses. So this is Pelakara's party. We did not send a huge number of soldiers with Pelakara's party, right? It was just like the base 2 swords, 5 bows. But Pelakara is excellent at combat and would like to lie in wait for chaos minions. That seems to me like fighting with guile, and that's like a thing that our culture is very into. So let us lie in wait for the chaos minions. It did not take long for mutants to show up to bow down before the obscene shrine. We sprang up from the crater to take them by surprise. They lost the fight before they even knew it was happening, and we slew them all. This victory would blunt the power of chaos in the valley. Only one of our warriors was hurt. Okay. And theoretically nobody died, so... First of all, mood up. Secondly, I feel like other people in the valley are gonna like that. They're gonna like that story. Okay, so it is late dark season. We're still sitting on a reasonable stockpile of food. We sent a lot of our goods with that caravan. That was a lot. I hate small, medium, large. Please give me numbers. All right. Well, I don't really know what to do next. So what is the crater is like an area, a special thing that we've discovered. It looks like, I don't know, once Pelakar, okay, Pelakar is on the way back. Durana is still exploring. We haven't seen one of these like specially marked locations before. I'm curious about that. If we don't have anything else to do for the moment, then I think perhaps it is time for trade stuff. It's time for let's go start some routes. So if this is wheel, well, it's wheel clans and rider clans and what's the third one? Riders, wheels, and other foreigners. Okay, that's rider. These are ram tribes. So we've been implored a couple of times to go visit all the rider tribes, right? Mayhap this is the play. Let us go and send emissaries to the other rider tribes. Arrowstone, known for their many shamans. Bright Eyes hate us, but owe us a favor. Perhaps we could fix that. Known for avoiding conflict, known for poverty. The Grey Wing owe us a favor. Okay. Interesting. The Jade Colt we are certainly familiar with. 7 stars, we owe them a favor. Okay, let's, I guess, just start at the top of the list. We will bring to them 5 cows worth of goods, because that has been represented to me as like a good number. And some herds, and Brangor's got the stats for this kind of thing. Yeah, take the standard guard with you. I don't expect any particular trouble here. Pelikara's party is back from the north. Our caravan is back from the Jade Colts. We traded 52 cows worth of goods for less than 4 weeks of food. Gah. There's a lot of goods, friend. Members of the Glorantha clan have come to offer you a solar blessing. They are wheel people, a once widespread culture who, like your rider ancestors, lived long ago in an ancient golden city. When Radalda converted your clan to Orlanth worship, the commonalities you had with them became ever less relevant. We come to renew a vow our fathers made to your king Brolerulf, when the clans of his own tribe were deserting him. At the behest of our solar priests, we offer a blessing which will mantle your king in golden authority. It will aid your Elmal devotees. Huh. A blessing which will mantle your king in golden authority. Of all the Valley's solar clans, they trace the closest descendant from Elmal. This is some very into the setting sort of information here. You know that I'll make trouble if the rest of you fall for their devious ploy. Okay, Verlaine is an asshole. We should gift them lavishly for this rare boon. We could give them magic in return. We have some spare magic. Don't think of it as a gift yet. That's Harvar's thinking. They're a bunch of patriarchal fools. That doesn't mean we can't take their gifts. Whoever shines light on our crown is a friend of Baronstead. And they'll make trouble for us across the valley if we insult them. Yeah, I think the diplomacy move here is 3. I think we're going 3. This divine exchange increases the potency of this event for both our clans. King Ivalantho glowed with an awesome inner light. Verlaine said we would soon regret this. People paid him no mind. Everyone else on the ring had gained a valuable boon. Or had gained us a valuable boon. Yeah, that feels like the thing, right? So now we know about this like weird crater with the chaos thing. The chaos temple built in it. That's interesting. I don't really know what to make of it. Is that a venture? Is that a thing that we can like venture about? What if I wanted to go forth and destroy this chaos temple? Maybe scour for chaos? I mean, like, if we scour for chaos in that area, I bet we find some. I don't know. I don't know exactly what to do. We're still feeling our way through these systems, but I definitely feel like I'm doing better. We're maintaining that food stockpile. We're eating about what we're producing through the combination of, you know, trade and our cows and our fields and whatnot. It's something. We're trying our hardest. But I think that is going to be where we call it for today. Hey, that's not transitioning very gracefully. There we go. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. This is cool, and I'm digging it. And I'm digging it more as it is starting to make a little bit more sense to me as I'm sort of getting the flow. And I know that it is a conscious decision on their part not to give me numbers, to keep things vague and sort of like squishy and murky. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's not like a game design you're not allowed to do. It's just hard for me with my, you know, robot numbers brain to work under these circumstances. But we're figuring it out. Come back next time for even more Definitely Not Starving. And we'll see you then.